Hello and welcome to another Dave Talk, a show where I sit around and talk about nothing and everything for about 20 minutes. If you want to, you can watch the video in the background, but it's just there for show. The most important part in this show is just you listening to me ramble on while you're doing other things. Maybe you're at work, maybe you're playing games, I don't know. What are you doing? That would be interesting to know, actually. Anyway, let's get this show on the road. So, first off, Twitter. I have Twitter. I don't know if you realized this. But I do have a Twitter account where I sometimes post things. Mostly, you can see it as a behind the scenes kind of thing. I'm not super active in Twitter, but I do post from time to time. And if you want to follow me, there's probably a link in the description. Or you can just go to my channel page. I think there's a link there somewhere as well. Me personally, I use Twitter to follow, game developers, some YouTube personalities. It's a good way to get a short, instant update on what's going on. Links to other websites, links to updates for games and stuff like that. I like it. It's not for everyone, but I guess that's true for all social media. Facebook is not for everyone. Tumblr is not for everyone. What more is there? There's like Reddit. There's so many things now out here in the world connecting people. I remember being against Facebook for the longest time. Then I'm like, you know what? Everyone else is there and it's kind of fun. I'm not one of those persons. How do people get like thousands of friends on Facebook? I mean, how is that even possible? I mean, if you have thousands of friends on Facebook and are listening to this now, I'm guessing those are not all personal friends, just like acquaintances or co-workers or people you met out in a party. I have problems managing my friends on Facebook. Let's see. How many friends do I have on Facebook? Let's see. David on Facebook. I have 111 friends. That's friends, family, co-workers. But I think that's a lot. And I see people with thousands of friends. And I don't understand how. Are they very popular? Are they funny, witty, beautiful people who just everyone wants to be friends with? I'm not judging anyone with, thousands of friends, but I don't know how did they get there? And how do they even, check their flow for news and stuff like that? I don't know. It just boggles my mind. But yeah, I'm guessing I'm not the most hardcore social networking guy around. So if you have thousands of friends, good for you. You're a very popular girl and or boy. If you want to follow me on Twitter, go ahead. Okay, moving on. Okay, so I've got something interesting to talk about today. It's about my friend Lynn. Now, I've had some interesting experiences these last few months, and I want to talk about that. So, Lynn is the very definition of a casual gamer. She loves her Wii. She plays games on her on her mobile phone and tablets and stuff like that. I have nothing against casual gamers. I think it's good that people are playing games. Back in the days, it was much more taboo. It was, games are just for little kids, and there's no real value in them. I think that in today's society, that's not true anymore. Most games are made by adults for adults. And you can see that like in The Last of Us or Alien Isolation and games like that. And I think if you want to play casual party games, go ahead. I don't mind. Me, myself, I'm more of a quote-unquote hardcore gamer. And Lynn, she expressed her desire to maybe know a little bit more about, more serious, quote-unquote again, serious gaming. And I was more than happy to show her. I'm not really sure when this happened. I know, we played a few games on my channel, the Yorg, which was a nice little adventure game. We played Worms and GeoGuessr. But this was before she wanted to play, more serious games. I think she might have gotten a taste for it there. And she also watched my Alien Isolation Let's Play. And I think that just made her want to try this out even more. At least that's what I think. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway. So, I did some good things, and I did some bad things. So let's talk about that. So, the first game I showed her, I believe, was Battlefield 4, which in hindsight might not have been the best game. We as gamers take a lot for granted. I've been surrounded by gamer friends my whole life. And the WASD controls are like second nature for us. Shift is sprint, control is crouch, Z is often prone, E is use, and stuff like that. Turns out a casual gamer who hasn't really played many serious games do not have these skills. And that's natural, but I didn't think that far. She did all right. We played the first single player mission, and she did all right. The WASD keys were going well for her. It was hard to move the body separate from the legs, and strafing again, and shift control didn't really come very natural to her. And it was an eye-opener for me, because as I said, I've surrounded myself with gamers my whole life, and here I am teaching a non-gamer games, and the basic controls are not 100% there. And I should have known that. That was my fault. Anyway, she did good. She finished the first level. I could tell she wasn't too thrilled about it, so I was like, "Oh crap! Did I lose her? Was this it? Maybe she doesn't want to play any more games now." Yeah, I had to reevaluate my approach on this a little bit. But I do think that first-person games is a good way to learn controls on a keyboard. And I also knew that she was a big fan of parkour. So I thought to myself, you know what? Mirror's Edge. Let's try this game. Again, it's about timing, it's about knowing the controls, it's about momentum. And she swallowed that game whole. She really liked it. At least I think she did. I hope she didn't just say it just to be nice to me. But I feel that genuinely, in the end, she really enjoyed it. And that was... I haven't played that game myself. So it was really nice, sitting there watching her play the game and completing it. And one thing that is very important, you do not take away the control from them. They can make mistakes, they can struggle, and you can give them hints. But I feel that they must complete it themselves. So I never, grabbed the keyboard and said, "Come on, I'm gonna do this now." She completed that game all the way through, and that was her first step into a bigger world. So after completing Mirror's Edge, that was her first game, her first person game. After that, we played Valiant Hearts, which is a puzzle game set in the First World War. A very nice puzzle game. Again, a game I hadn't played myself, so it was very nice to just sit there and enjoy, Lynn playing the game. And she was very much into that game. So we completed Valiant Hearts. A very good game, emotional game. I might have cried a bit, but that's okay. It's not weakness to show emotion. I believe, she played Gone Home as well. I believe she liked that. But then I was like, okay. We played a first-person game. All right. We played a puzzle game in Valiant Hearts. We played a kind of like adventure game in Gone Home. We played, in Worms, we played this little arcade game. Now it's time to play Dragon Age Origins. Okay, so I was okay. Is this something she's going to like? Is she going to like one of my most favorite franchises in gaming? So I sat her down with Dragon Age Origins, and she's finished. This was very interesting to watch, because I am used to a very thorough way of playing a game, a BioWare game. I play my games one way, and the other people I watch on YouTube play it in a similar way. They go talk to people as much as they can. They complete as many quests as they can. They are very thorough. Lynn was not that keen on talking. She loved the fighting, but inventory management and talking just kind of bored her. And at first I was like, oh no, she's playing the game wrong. Maybe, I don't know, she has to talk to people. She have to have the best equipment, at least midi-core equipment to finish the game. But you know what? She had a great time, even though she didn't talk to all the people all the time, and even though she didn't equip the best magic staff every time. And it opened my eyes to another way to play the game. And it opened my eyes to BioWare's, how good they are in designing games. Because, so she played a mage, a female mage, and she wasn't very keen on talking to people, as I said before. But, when we got closer to the end, she kind of flirted a bit with Alistair. But it wasn't enough, So as the end game came around, you had this incredible scene where her character and Alistair was talking, and they were like, "I felt that there was something between us, and perhaps in another lifetime there could have been. But now when I'm king and you're a Grey Warden, we can't do this." And I had never seen that scene before in any Let's Plays or in my own playthroughs, because either you dissed Alistair totally, you didn't do any romance with him, or you completed his romance. But this was something like in between, which gave this really bittersweet feeling, and Lynn felt it as well. She was like, no, please, we have to be together. And it was it was so cool to watch that middle ground that I haven't seen before. And I guess, not everyone is as hardcore as we guys, and they complete games in different ways. There's no real wrong way to play a BioWare game. She just got a different story. So that was amazing to watch. And after that, we played Dragon Age 2. Now she was more invested into the characters. It might have been because the main protagonist was voice acted. Because now she visited all the companions. She did all the talking. She still didn't like inventory management. And it kind of hurts when you see her pick up like a really good armor. And she's like, just, never mind. I'm not gonna put it on for like 4 hours. And I'm like, David, don't say anything. It's her game. You might suggest it, but just suggest it once. Don't be pushy. And after a while, I just let her do her thing. And you know what? She still enjoyed the game. I mean, it's so easy to backseat play a game. And I've seen, as a Let's Player, I get that all the time. People want me to play the game in a certain way, or optimal way, quote unquote. And I want to play the game my way, basically. And that's part of the charm of watching a blind LP. You're gonna see me make mistakes. Me, unlike you, I have not played the game before. You might have played the game 4 times on Nightmare mode. You know everything. But as long as you don't expect me to know everything, that's okay. And right now I'm watching someone playing through Mass Effect 2, Flint Steel 7, who is awesome. And I can give him hints to good ways to level up his character. But it's not like I'm pushy. And you know what? He's doing absolutely fine the way he specs his character, even if it's not optimal. Because it doesn't have to be optimal. You can still enjoy the game. And I think that's very important for everyone to take note of. And for the record, you guys are pretty good at not, bashing my playstyle. Maybe I'm just that good, I'm a good BioWare gamer. I know what I'm doing. Or not. Oh man, you guys are probably ripping your hair out from time to time watching me play. Because I don't know better. And, I do learn from my mistakes. In a recent episode, in an upcoming episode for you guys, I crafted a medium armor, thinking I could wear it in Inquisition. Turns out, warriors cannot wear medium armor. Whoops. But then again, I learned from my mistakes, and I'm sure there's people who's gonna go batshit insane when they see me crafting a medium armor. But when that happens, think to yourself, did I know this the first time I did it? Yes? No? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'm just very bad at games. Anyway, I appreciate your comments and your tips. You're very good at giving good tips. You're great guys for giving good tips. And thank you very much for watching my Inquisition gameplay. It's so much fun interacting with you guys. Yeah, well, anyway, back to the Lynn story. So she finished Dragon Age 2. She's kinda upset with me because I haven't finished Dragon Age Inquisition, because she wants to play that, of course. But she has to wait until I'm finished. So in the meantime, we're now playing Ori and the Blind Forest, which is a platforming game. We have played first person, we have played adventure games, role-playing games, puzzle games, and now platform games. So I'm trying to show her the whole spectrum of games. I'm thinking about trying out StarCraft 2 with Lynn later on. Do you think that's a good idea? It's a fairly easy RTS game. She has no experience with RTS games, I think. So that's going to be interesting to see. Of course, I'll give her this story, the backstory of Mass Effect, of StarCraft 1, before I put her through StarCraft 2. So that's going to be fun. I fully expect her to play Mass Effect sometime as well. I'm hoping she's going to enjoy it as much as she did Dragon Age. I don't think Mass Effect 1 is as good as Dragon Age Origins when it comes to gripping people. But I think she's going to like it. Oh yeah, I mentioned Ori and the Blind Forest. What a beautiful game. That game is so spectacular. The graphic, the aesthetics are so beautiful, so colorful, and just so nicely animated. And Ori as the main character is just the cutest thing in the world. And the music is so beautiful. I can't believe how beautiful that music is. I love video game music. I love video game music. I love movie music. I like instrumental music in general. I think that many people, in today's society, it's mostly pop and rap and R&B, which it's not my thing. And people look at me kind of funny when I play soundtracks from like Dragon Age or Ori or Mass Effect, because it's not something they're used to. But that kind of music really resonates with me. I like music that really invokes emotion in me. And Ori's soundtrack is just so beautiful. I cannot describe it. As is, Dragon Age and Mass Effect. And yes, sure, there's a lot of nostalgia and good memories in those kind of tracks. Mass Effect, Dragon Age, when I listen to some of the music there, I can kind of tear up because I know how much good times I had with those games and what they brought to my life. Friends, experiences. And music has always been a very important part of my life. I don't play any music myself, unfortunately. I don't play any instrument. But I use music a lot. So I did game montages before I did Let's Plays. And it's just something about how visuals and audio mix that really gets me going. How the audio enhances the scene that you're seeing on your screen. And it's just, I love that. It's true for video games, and it's true for movies. And it's true for role-playing. So, I use music for all my role-playing. Tabletop, real-life role-playing. If you have a sad scene, put on some sad music, and I guarantee you it will enhance the scene 100% of the time. It's just great. If you have a battle, have some nice battle music on. If you have a tense moment, put on some tense music. A scary moment, horror music. And it's hard-coded into us, You can't help it but feel a greater amount of emotion when you have great music with you in the scene. It helps build the scene so well. And yeah, I could talk for hours about how to use music in role-play games, because I've been doing it for over a decade. What kind of music that works, what kind of music that doesn't work, if you should loop music, if you shouldn't loop music, what kind of music could work even if it has a crescendo in it. Should you have music from other genres? Should you have music from famous movies? When is that appropriate to have? And stuff like that. It's it's a science, and I love talking about it. So I might devote a whole Dave talk just about music in role-playing games. I don't know. Maybe I should start a role-playing channel and just give all my tips and tricks to the interwebs as a whole. I don't know. Yes, I'm very passionate about role-playing, and this autumn I'm going to be a game master for a Warhammer 40k Only War campaign, which is basically a military campaign for the Warhammer 40k universe. It's gonna be violent, gonna be dirty, it's gonna be kind of depressing, but also hopeful. Just imagine your average cool war movie. Band of Brothers, Fury, Saving Private Ryan. And I've gotten a few tips from Angel Arts indirectly. If you haven't checked it out yet, I am in a Dragon Age campaign that he made, and he uses NPCs much more frequently than I have done in the past. So I might try out that as well. It fits the setting I'm playing in, and it makes me more a part of the role playing than just a silent observer. That said, just sometimes just kicking back and letting the gamers, the players do their thing is great as well. But anyway, I'm getting off tangent. I mean, I'm off on such a big tangent now, I don't even know where to stop or where to start. So, you know what? I think I'm going to stop here and maybe talk about role-playing next time, because it's a subject I am very passionate about. So, well, if you've been watching, or listening in this case, thank you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.